Hi, it's Tina from Tina's Talk Time again. The main focus of this video today is a walk in Cleveleys, along Cleveleys seafront, which is really nice. Cleveleys is sort of between Blackpool and Fleetwood. Lovely, lovely seafront. But I just thought I'd come on and show you a few things that I've bought and update you on a few things, you know. Well, when I went to Cleveleys, first of all, after I'd been on the promenade, I thought I'd nip in. There's a B&M's there. Well, we haven't got a B&M's anywhere near us, so I thought I'd nip in the B&M's. But to be truthful, I didn't really see anything that I remotely wanted to buy, you know. And I saw a few things in there that they've got in Home Bargains, and I have to say they're cheaper in Home Bargains. So I think it'll be back to Home Bargains for me. Anyway, talking about Home Bargains, I did buy this from Home Bargains. I didn't buy much. I went in yesterday and I didn't buy much at all, but I did buy this, and it's in my outdoor, when I have my furniture outside, my cushions, you know, the scatter cushions I've got on my furniture are yellow, so I thought it'd go nicely with it. And it's a citronella candle, so you get all that candle in there, and the little washing can, which I presume you could use afterwards, for £4.99. So I thought that was really good. So I bought that in the hope that at Easter we have spectacular weather and we can all sit out in the garden and have barbecues and goodness knows what, anything. And then I went to Morrisons just to do some shopping, and I saw this candle. Now it's very much like the White Company candle. Now they'd be £9.99, which is still cheap for the type of candle it is, because it'll burn down the middle. Although I think you get buy a candle plate for them, I'm not sure. I'll ask my daughter, she knows about these sort of things. But this candle, I can't smell that it's fragrant. Oh, it's got a seal on the top. Well, I wouldn't know. It doesn't say whether it's fragranced. Oh yes, rosewood and spice, so that sounds nice. And I suppose that's inside there as well, you know, the rosewood and spice, I suppose. Anyway, this should have been £9.99. Well, it said they were on offer for £4, which I thought was an extreme bargain, but actually when I got to the cash out they were £6, so it must have been a different one that was £4. Mabel, as we speak, is waving a toy in Betsy's face. Betsy's older and she's not really interested. Anyway, I thought these were really nice for a present, or nice to put away for next year, next Christmas. Or just nice to burn now. They're lovely. Very good value. A lot of, does it say how many burning hours there are? Well, if it does, I can't read it. It just says in rosewood and spice, component pillar candle. No, it doesn't say how many hours, but quite a lot of hours, I would think. So anyway, I've not really got anything else to say much, because I've not really done much this week. Obviously, I was worn out after it being to Warner's. I did love the Warner's though. And one of you remarked, and it was perfectly true, somebody remarked that there wasn't many people wearing masks, or hardly any. And I must admit, I suddenly thought I didn't wear a mask, because when we were down there, nobody wore masks. Like, I've been out today shopping, just food shopping and that, and nearly everybody had masks on up here, but down in the Cheshire area and that, nobody seems to be wearing them. So, and I have to say, we didn't wear them. I forgot, which is awful, because you didn't see anybody with one. You know, so we'll see what happens, but nobody seems to be interested in the COVID on the news now. That seems to have well, I shouldn't say died a death, because that's inappropriate, isn't it? But it just seems to have taken a back seat, obviously, with the war in Ukraine. That obviously, and I think Boris has escaped. Well, I shouldn't say that, should I? But there's been no more talk about the parties at number 10. I think that's been washed under the carpet now. There's so much awful news. Oh, but it's terrible, isn't it, what's going on? I know I sorted a bag of clothes out, like warm clothes, and I just need somewhere to send them. I don't know where to send them, you know, for Ukraine. You know, I must make sure I find somewhere proper to send them to. And then what else was I going to say? Oh, somebody asked me, well, it was Caroline actually, you know, Caroline, Mrs. M, one of my favourite YouTubers. Well, she asked about, you know, I mentioned a while ago, there was an address that you could send partially used makeup to, and it's to go out to like women's refuges and places like that. So I've got the address, so what I'll do is I'll put that in my description box at the end, or I may just put a photo of it at the end. I did put it on my Instagram, but I suppose if people don't follow me on Instagram, I mean, I would love it if you would follow me on Instagram. I don't really know what I'm doing on there, but I'm going to get into it. I'm getting into this a bit, and I'd love it if you subscribe on here. I only need, I think, 51 subscribers to get to 2,000, and I'm planning a big giveaway for my 2,000. I've got lots of makeup things, and also, you know, one of the doorbells that, you know, the doorbells I showed before, well, the one that I actually showed you, of course, I've not used, so I'm going to put that in the giveaway as well, you know, and quite a few other things. So I just need 51 more subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, or share it or something. And then at the end I'll let you watch the video, and then at the end I'm going to do the diet update and just recommend a couple of YouTubers that I think you'd be interested in. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Enjoy the walk along Cleveleys promenade. I certainly did, although it was very blustery and started raining, hence me looking like this. Okay, bye for now. Good morning, it's Tina again from Tina's Talk Time. This morning I thought I'd give you, I've been to Cleveleys, which is a seaside town between Blackpool and Fleetwood. I had to go into Cleveleys, so I thought I'd take you a nice walk along the promenade. Oh, excuse me. Unfortunately, it was sunny when I left, but by the time I got there, it was actually starting to rain. It's a beautiful promenade, and along the promenade, as you'll see now, there's lots of display boards explaining about the sea life and the coastline and that, which is so interesting, especially if you've got children. I think it'd be a really interesting place to take them. Cleveleys, it used to be called Rotherham many years ago, and I mean many years ago, and it's a beautiful coastline, nice golden sands. Look, here's another of the boards that I was telling you about. This is telling you all about the bird life and the sea life, you know, under the sea and over the sky. Very interesting reading it, telling you all all the birds and that are around. And it's something nice to look at when you're walking up. It's a beautiful promenade. As you'll see as you go along, there's like lots of pebbles, and then it goes out to golden sands. And even there's even a board telling you the importance of the pebbles. So that's really interesting, because, you know, it stops people taking pebbles away, because they really need it to support the coastline. It's quite a windy day today. In fact, it's amazing how windy it is. In fact, I actually did a voiceover as I was walking along, but the wind was making too much noise, so I had to take it out, and I'm just doing a voiceover now. The tide's out, as you'll see at the moment. I think it's on its way out. It's funny when you're used to a tidal coastline and then you go somewhere that doesn't have a tidal coastline. It seems very strange, because we're used to the sea coming in and out, you know. I mean, it comes and washes up all over these pebbles. In fact, in winter we do get spring we get some really high tides. So it's lovely just walking along here. It's a nice walk, and the promenade's really nice. Very smooth, so it's easy to walk along, or ride your bike, or I'll show you a bit further on when you can see, you know. So that's one of the slipways down to the sea. Here's another one of the boards telling you all about the sea defences. It is interesting to read them all. I think they were supplied by United Utilities. They did a lot of work a couple of years ago. And this is the one where I was telling you about the pebbles, showing you how important the pebbles are. It is interesting to read them all. They're dotted all the way up the promenade. You can see the pebbles. There's quite a lot of pebbles. Quite a lot of driftwood. I think years and years ago it used to be a forest on here, I seem to remember reading. There's lots of information on the Visit Cleveleys website. I got some of the information from there that I didn't know myself, so it's really interesting. So you've got to give them credit. This is here saying that how exposed Cleveleys is. It is very exposed. Another one of the boards telling you all about it. So I'm continuing to walk up here along the promenade. I did about 4,000 steps. Now, can you see that round cafe in the distance? Now, that was used in a recent Star Wars film. It hasn't been released yet, so look out for it. The film company filmed here for about a week. It was very, very exciting for the area, and they used that cafe. I don't know what it actually was in the film, but they did close off the promenade, but you could walk up the beach and see it. Oh, another board. This is talking about the clean water, I think. I think it was provided by United Utilities because they did do such a lot of work. Oh, we're coming up to the cafe again. You can see it. It's sort of a unique shape, and it overlooks the sea. So it was very exciting. I mean, the film crew company took over all the promenade and the car parks, but you could actually walk across the beach. And a few people sent up drones, and took films of them filming it. So it was very exciting. Things like that don't happen around here. I was saying the council ought to start a Star Wars convention around here. I'm sure they get lots of takers for it, because there's lots of Star Wars fans. This is another one of the boards telling you. You see, just a bit closer to the cafe, you can see now. So it's a place to visit, particularly if you are a Star Wars fan. You will see this in the next Star Wars film. They did do it up a bit, I thought they'd have left it like that, but they obviously took all the boarding and that away with them. Now, as we're coming up along the promenade at Cleveleys, there's quite a lot of artwork actually in the sea. The sea comes over it. But this one you can see in the distance, it's called Mary's Shell. And it's really good. It's not a very good photo of it, this. But Mary's Shell, it's a huge piece of artwork, a metal sculpture. And it's called the Mythic Coast Art Trail. And it's supposed to bring the story of the sea swallow to life, which I think it's the sea swallow is the Wyre's own storybook written for children. I think at one time they gave every child in the schools a copy of this book. I don't really know much about it. I must try and find it to read it. It says that it says, I'm just reading here from the Visit Cleveleys website, and it said the sea swallow is Wyer's own storybook written for children. It blends local legends and folklore with real local features. It says explore sunken villages and the petrified forest, which you can still see on the beach today. And it says that over a period of time, the story has come to life through different artworks in the Mystic Coast Trail. I don't know an awful lot about it, but I do know that shell, you can actually go inside it. There'll be some more pictures of it later on. I did take some more on my walk back. You can actually go inside it and take photos, and you're supposed to be able to hear the sea. Now, I don't know whether you can see, but right at the bottom of that breakwater, there's another piece of artwork. We're coming up to it now. You can't really see it, but it's a giant ogre that's placed at the end. It's a stone one, and it's got red eyes. It's quite. I didn't want to go on the beach because I didn't want to. It was quite muddy in parts, and I didn't want to go down. I'll try and show it you on the way back. You're not really getting a very good view of it, but the ogre. That's part of the story. It's supposed to face Mary's shell, which it does, and the sea comes right over it. So it does look very green. You know, it's got covered in green sea algae. It's mossy like the rocks, you know. So, but that I think there's about 5 or 6 of these sort of different sculptures along the coastline. I'm only showing you these 2 today, but what I will try and do is I'll try and go further. I'm just trying to focus it. You can't really see it. I'll see if I can find a picture of it and put it on at the end if I can. Maybe on the way back you may be able to see it. I wasn't very steady with my filming, was I? I hope you're not all feeling dizzy. You see, this is another one of the sculptures, I think. Is that I know there's one that's got 2 swallows on. That might not be the one. What I'll do is I will try and film the rest of them at some other time. I wanted to just show you, I don't know if you just saw then, there's like some stone seating. There's lots and lots of seating on the promenade, lots of memorial benches. So, and it's a very easy walk, you can see. They did get some funding a few years ago to do up the promenade. You know, it is really, really lovely. But you get lots and lots of information on the Visit Cleveleys website. So I'd recommend that you go on there. I'll put the link in the description box for it. I think this is where I'm turning round to come back now. It started to rain a bit. You can't really see it though. Now we're coming up to the ogre on the beach again. I've tried to get a bit nearer to take. You really can't see it. It is a shame because it is, you know, it's quite, excuse me, fascinating to see it. There's Mary's shell again. That's beautiful. That's like a metal work. Unusual. I just thought I'd put the sign on to let you know when you can take your dogs on the beach. Excuse me. These were just different angles I took the photos on. As I was saying, look, there's lots of places to see. All those memorial benches. It is, it's really nice. And then I think this is just one final board telling you about what's in the sea and what grows on the side, you know. But I can highly recommend Cleveleys. Right, I'm back again. Right, diet update's not very good, I'm afraid. Do you know, since about COVID, I just can't get my head around it. I'm not getting into it. So the bad news is I've put 2 pounds on. And I was going to start again today. I thought I'm definitely going to start, but after my walk on the promenade, you'll never guess what I did. I had to go to Morrisons to get a little bit of shopping, and right by Morrisons is a McDonald's. So I went through the drive-thru and got a fillet of fish meal. Terrible. I did get the dogs some chicken nuggets though, so they were quite pleased. I got them 6 chicken nuggets between them because they'd been left. I felt sorry for them. So that's the bad news, but I am going to try and get back on track next week. I mean, it's only about 12 weeks to my holiday, so I can't go looking like this. So I'll have to try. I won't be able to go in a swimsuit unless I lose some weight. Mind you, I hate going in a swimsuit now I'm older because I don't know that anybody else has, but I've got like broken veins on my legs and they look horrible. I wish I knew how to get rid of them, you know. It's horrible getting old, isn't it? This is what happens. You just deteriorate, everything goes down, downwards. And now the YouTubers that I want to recommend, one is a lovely lady and she's called The Fighting Felter. She's doing a journey. She's sadly got cancer, but is so positive, you know, and she just does a lifestyle vlog, you know. It's really, really interesting. And she does this felting. I don't really understand what it is, but she seems to make beautiful pictures and things like that. So that's somebody that, you know, it'd be nice to build up her channel, you know, so if you can watch her. And then also, I know I mentioned Maxine Georgina before, but she's like me, she's trying to get to 2,000 and it's really hard, you know, to try and get to the next milestone. So, you know, if you haven't subscribed to her, it'd be nice if you did subscribe. And also, again, I mentioned UK Girl, G-U-R-L-E, no, G-U-R-L. She's like a young channel, a new channel, so it'd be nice if you look at hers. She's doing I know I keep telling you she's on a trip to Philadelphia, but you know, it is interesting seeing different places. I mean, I don't know that you follow Simon Wilson. He's a really good YouTuber and he goes all over the place, sets himself brilliant challenges. I love watching him, so that's someone else. Anyway, I'll put the recommendations again in the description box, and I will recommend some different YouTubers next time. But I'm just trying to build up these channels because it's so hard when you're new YouTubers like me to get your channel built up. So anyway, I'm going to go now. I've got some interesting videos planned. I was contacted by a clothing company and I've actually been gifted. I was so excited, been gifted some items of clothing, which I have to say, when they've arrived, they're a lot better than what I thought they'd be. So, but I need to iron them, so, and I hate ironing. So I'm going to get, so that'll be one of my videos for next week. So anyway, I'm just trying to get a good discount code for you from them. So as soon as I've got that, I will try and do that video. Anyway, bye for now. Bye for now. Thumbs up if you like my video. Bye.